On the edge of the desert, 3 pyramids rise from the sand, their silhouettes unchanged for thousands of years, still commanding awe from every visitor who arrives at Giza. They were built without iron tools, without wheels for heavy transport, and without any machinery beyond human muscle, rope, wood, and stone. Yet they remain among the most precise structures ever constructed. For centuries, their scale sparked wild theories about lost civilizations or outside intervention, but decades of careful excavation have revealed something more remarkable. Ordinary people achieving extraordinary engineering through organization and skill. The Great Pyramid, built for the pharaoh Khufu, once stood taller than any structure on Earth, a record it held for nearly 4,000 years before being surpassed. Its base covers more than 13 acres, built from over 2 million blocks of stone, some weighing as much as several tons, stacked with remarkable accuracy across a flat, engineered foundation. The pyramid's sides align almost perfectly with true north, south, east, and west, a level of precision that still impresses modern surveyors, using advanced instruments unavailable to ancient builders. Understanding how this was achieved begins not with mystery, but with logistics, because building a pyramid required solving enormous problems of quarrying, transport, manpower, and coordination on a national scale. Most of the core stone came from quarries near the construction site itself, cut using copper tools, hammerstones, and wooden wedges soaked in water to split rock along natural fracture lines. Finer limestone for the outer casing was transported from quarries across the Nile, while granite for interior chambers came from Aswan, hundreds of miles to the south. Moving such heavy material relied heavily on the Nile River, Egypt's great highway, which allowed boats to carry massive stone blocks close to the building site during the flood season. Archaeologists have found ancient harbors, canals, and ramps near Giza, confirming that engineers deliberately reshaped the landscape to bring stone and supplies directly to the plateau. Once stone reached the site, workers used sledges, dragged over specially wetted sand, a technique shown in ancient artwork and later confirmed through physical experiments to dramatically reduce friction. Wetting the sand ahead of the sledge created a firmer surface, allowing large teams of laborers to pull enormous weights with far less effort than previously assumed possible. Ramps played a critical role in raising stones to greater heights, though the exact ramp design remains debated among specialists, with several plausible methods likely used together. Some evidence points to straight ramps extending outward from the pyramid, while other findings suggest spiraling ramps wrapping around the structure as it grew taller during construction. Recent discoveries near the Red Sea revealed papyri written by a supervisor named Mera, describing daily logistics of transporting limestone by boat for the pyramid's outer casing. These documents offered rare, direct insight into the administrative reality behind construction, confirming organized shifts, supply schedules, and coordinated labor rather than any mysterious or unexplained process. Contrary to old myths of enslaved masses forced into labor, archaeological evidence shows the pyramids were built primarily by skilled and semi-skilled Egyptian workers, organized into structured teams. Excavations of a nearby workers' settlement uncovered bakeries, breweries, and housing, indicating a well-fed, state-supported labor force rather than a suffering population working under constant threat. Workers were divided into groups, with names reflecting pride and identity, some labeled things like Friends of Khufu, suggesting cooperation, competition, and social recognition tied to their labor. Medical evidence from skeletal remains shows signs of healed fractures and physical strain consistent with hard labor, but also indicates workers received care, nutrition, and organized support systems. Feeding thousands of laborers required a massive supply chain, with cattle, bread, and beer transported regularly, reflecting the same level of coordination seen throughout the construction effort. This labor force likely expanded seasonally, drawing farmers into construction work during the Nile's flood period, when farmland was submerged and agricultural labor was temporarily unavailable. Rather than random forced conscription, some researchers view this system as an early form of national mobilization, uniting communities around a shared religious and political project. The scale of coordination required architects, surveyors, scribes, and overseers working together, revealing a highly structured bureaucracy capable of managing resources across the entire kingdom. Surveying techniques allowed builders to achieve remarkable alignment, likely using simple tools such as plumb bobs, sighting instruments, and observations of stars to establish accurate directions. Some evidence suggests builders used the position of certain stars near the celestial pole to calibrate true north, achieving an alignment accuracy still admired by modern engineers today. Leveling such an enormous base required precision as well, and researchers believe workers may have used water-filled trenches to establish a perfectly flat foundation across the site. Every technique, when examined together, reveals not one secret solution, but a combination of practical methods, refined and repeated through generations of pyramid building experience before Giza. Earlier pyramids, including experimental designs like the bent pyramid and the step pyramid, represent crucial developmental stages, each attempt teaching builders new lessons about stability and structure. These earlier failures and adjustments show that the Great Pyramid was not an isolated miracle, but the result of accumulated engineering knowledge built over decades of trial and refinement. The pyramid's true purpose was deeply religious, designed as a monument to secure the pharaoh's journey into the afterlife and reinforce his divine connection to the gods. Ancient Egyptians believed the pharaoh's successful transition after death maintained cosmic order, making the pyramid not just a tomb, but a vital religious and political structure. This belief system explains why such enormous resources were devoted to construction, since the project served the entire kingdom's spiritual security, not merely the ruler's personal legacy. The scale of investment reflects how deeply religion, politics, and economy were intertwined in ancient Egypt, with construction projects reinforcing the pharaoh's authority and divine status. As construction advanced, engineers refined their approach to the pyramid's interior, creating complex passageways and chambers that balance structural stability with religious symbolism and function. The king's chamber, built from massive granite blocks, sits deep within the structure, reinforced above by relieving chambers designed to distribute the immense weight of surrounding stone. This architectural solution prevented the ceiling from collapsing under pressure, showing that builders understood advanced principles of load distribution long before formal engineering theory existed. The Grand Gallery, a soaring corridor leading toward the king's chamber, remains one of the pyramid's most impressive spaces, combining precise stonework with careful structural planning. Its corbelled ceiling, rising in narrowing layers, distributed weight efficiently while creating a dramatic passageway that reflected the significance of the chamber it eventually led toward. Outside the pyramid, a smaller structure known as the boat pits once held full-sized wooden vessels, believed to carry the pharaoh's spirit across the heavens after death. These preserved boats, remarkably intact after thousands of years, reveal advanced woodworking skills and reinforce how deeply religious belief shaped every element of the pyramid complex. Nearby, the Great Sphinx stands guard over the plateau, carved from a single limestone outcrop. Its origins and purpose still debated among historians and archaeologists today. Most researchers connect the Sphinx to Pharaoh Khafre, believed to represent royal power fused with divine protection, watching eternally over the surrounding tombs and temples. Together, the pyramids, temples, and Sphinx formed a unified religious complex, reflecting a coordinated vision rather than isolated monuments built without connection or purpose. As generations passed, pyramid construction techniques evolved, but the sheer scale of Giza's structures was never fully repeated, marking a peak moment in ancient engineering ambition. Later pyramids grew smaller, partly due to resource strain, changing political conditions, and shifting religious practices that gradually altered how pharaohs approached their own burial monuments. Despite this decline, the influence of Giza's construction techniques persisted, shaping architectural knowledge across Egyptian history and influencing monumental building for centuries afterward. The pyramids also became powerful symbols of national identity, representing continuity, stability, and the enduring legacy of ancient Egyptian civilization long after their original builders had passed. Throughout history, the pyramids attracted explorers, scholars, and travelers, each generation adding new theories, measurements, and interpretations to an already rich body of knowledge. Early Greek and Roman visitors marveled at their scale, often recording exaggerated stories that blended fact with legend, shaping Western fascination with Egypt for centuries. Modern archaeology gradually replaced myth with evidence, using excavation, engineering analysis, and newly discovered documents to reconstruct a clearer picture of how construction truly occurred. Advances in technology have allowed researchers to study the pyramids without disturbing their structure, using scanning methods to detect hidden voids and previously unknown internal spaces. One such discovery revealed a large hidden cavity above the Grand Gallery, sparking renewed interest in the pyramid's internal design and its unresolved architectural secrets. These ongoing discoveries prove that even after centuries of study, the Great Pyramid continues to reveal new information, refining rather than overturning established historical understanding. Rather than diminishing the achievement, each new discovery reinforces how sophisticated ancient Egyptian engineering truly was, dispelling outdated myths of impossible or unexplainable construction methods. The pyramids stand not as evidence of forgotten technology, but as proof of what organized human effort, careful planning, and generational knowledge can accomplish. Their construction required cooperation between rulers, architects, laborers, and farmers, united by a shared belief system that gave enormous purpose to an equally enormous undertaking. This unity of religion, governance, and labor allowed ancient Egypt to mobilize resources on a scale that still challenges modern assumptions about ancient societal capability. The pyramid's survival across thousands of years also speaks to the durability of their design, built to withstand time, weather, and the slow erosion of history itself. While the outer casing stones have long since been removed, the core structure remains remarkably intact, a testament to the strength of ancient construction techniques. Today, the pyramids continue to draw millions of visitors, each drawn by the same sense of wonder that captivated travelers thousands of years earlier. Their silhouette remains instantly recognizable worldwide, symbolizing not only ancient Egypt, but the broader human capacity for ambition, ingenuity, and long-term collective achievement. Modern engineers still study the pyramids' construction methods, using them as case studies in ancient logistics, resource management, and large-scale organizational planning. Their lessons extend beyond archaeology, offering insight into how coordinated effort and long-term planning can produce results far beyond what individuals could accomplish alone. The mystery of the pyramids was never about impossible technology, but about the impressive coordination of ordinary tools, skilled labor, and determined human ambition. Every ramp, sledge, quarry mark, and worker's record adds another piece to a larger story of ingenuity, patience, and remarkable organizational skill across a civilization. What once seemed unexplainable now reflects humanity's own potential, proving that extraordinary achievements often emerge not from mystery, but from disciplined effort and shared purpose. As the sun sets over Giza, the pyramids remain silent witnesses to that achievement, standing as one of history's clearest reminders of what human cooperation can build.